Okay, folks, this video has a lot of good information, so make sure you pay attention closely and watch the whole video. So China is in the news a lot lately because of the protests over the lockdowns that's going on over there. And the reason I'm bringing China up is because I'm going to be showing something to do with the Chinese zodiac, okay? And Elvis, because Elvis is beloved across the whole earth, okay? And that's why I'm trying to tell you he is the chosen one. And in China, he's known as Mua Wang, Maowang, which translates to the Cat King. You see? Mua Wang is the Cat King. And Elvis is known as the king in America. Well, actually everywhere he's known as the king. But they're calling him the Cat King. And just in case you're new to the channel, let me just tell you what my two predictions are. That next year on August 4th, Trump gets his head wound in Ohio and he survives the head wound. And my other predictions, there's going to be a spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th. And somehow Elvis's name or his image or the number of his name becomes connected to this spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th. Anyway, back to Elvis being called the Cat King. And I told you Seattle, there's going to be a spectacular event on June 11th. And Seattle is in King County. And I told you that Elvis is the chosen one. He is the Antichrist. And Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh. Okay, it's like a twin Antichrist, but Elvis is the actual chosen one. And the reason there's two is because Elvis's identical twin died at birth, supposedly. Or there was a ritual sacrifice. I'm not sure. Or he could be alive. Nobody knows. All right? But anyway, Trump, that's why Trump is needed. He was the replacement twin. Anyway, so notice that I have the words the Antichrist. And the Antichrist equals 154. And notice the three letters that I have darkened is the TAC. And in King County, where, in the state of Washington, right next to Seattle, there's a place called Tacoma. And the airport in Seattle, whatever, in that area is called SeaTac. It's a combination of Seattle and Tacoma. Okay? And I told you, Elvis is the beast out of the sea. And I just showed you that the Antichrist, the letters for each one is TAC, right? The first letter of every one of those words. TAC. It sounds like attack. You get it? Anyway, so it's a combination of Seattle and Tacoma, SeaTac. And SeaTac is actual city in King County. Okay? So it's even a city. So think about what I'm showing you. The beast out of the sea, okay? Seattle, beast out of the sea is Elvis. And TAC is the Antichrist. So the Antichrist out of the sea. It's right there you see what I'm saying? It's right there. What is the chances of these coincidences? And here's a really interesting thing. So if you put SeaTac into the gematria calculator, this is what it would equal. 4913, 11341. All these are totals for these four numbers. 62, 154 equals 216, and then this way across is 162, 51. And you know what's incredible is the numbers this way is the exact same numbers this way. Okay, this is very rare what you're seeing. And the reason I'm showing you that is because check this out. Remember, the next 9/11 is 6/11. So 9/11 was the 254th day of the year. Look, 254. 254, right? June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. 162 right there. And August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound, is the 216th day of the year. 216. You see? Because I told you Seattle's going to get struck on June 11th. So all three of the numbers are in the totals, going this way and this way. I'm sure that that's just a coincidence. And you notice that the three letters of the Antichrist, the first letter of each word, TAC, what does it spell backwards? It spells the word cat, TAC, you see? And Elvis was known as the Cat King, TAC, the Antichrist. So the Antichrist, TAC, is the word cat backwards, right? And it's only fitting, okay, because that's the way this world works, that, remember, the Antichrist, TAC, is cat, and God, God, backwards is dog. You see? Just another incredible coincidence. Which, this thing right here that I'm showing you right now, I've shown years ago on my old channels that were terminated. And look at this. If you combine the two, cat and dog, which is God, tac, God, the TAC for the Antichrist, this is what it would equal, okay? And by the way, it has that 162, 254, 216. You see that? It's got the 611, 254 for the 9/11 day and the 216th day, August 4th. Just forget about that. But let me show you what. So cat dog or God tac equals 50, 23, 112, 31. Forward number, backwards numbers. So cat dog or tac God equals the exact same as these words you see right here in gematria. El name, El means God, El name. So basically it's saying the name of God, El name. It equals the word fallen, and it equals the word Donald. Okay? You see? Like I said, it's only fitting that everything works out perfectly. So the word God equals 26:17 forward, 55:10 backwards. And when Lucifer got thrown out, he became Satan. Satan equals 55:10. See, it's backwards of the word God. Satan is, the adversary, right? The opposite of God. And that's why he's backwards. And then forward for Satan equals the backward of God. And interestingly enough, Elvis was born on 1/8. And there's, the twin, 8/1/18. He was born in the year 1935, 1/8/35. 5 and 5 is 10, 10/8, 108 again, 10/8, 108 again. You see? There's a lot of things I could show you, but I'm just, mainly it was about Satan being the backwards of the word God. And here's a little, interesting. Like I said, this might not be that big of a deal, but, Seattle's area code is 206 and Tacoma is 253. Okay? And look at this. If you put the words Jesus, Son, Father, God into the gematria calculator, on the top it equals 206 and 253. You see that? And they combined it, with the CTAC. CTAC area code is just 206. But with these separately, it's 206 and 253. You see? Look, folks, I'm just showing you observations. You know what I mean? You can take it for what it's worth. It's up to you. All right, so remember, the Antichrist is TAC, right? Now, let's take each letter. T is the 20th letter. A is the first letter. C is the third letter. So if you look at the numbers, it would be like 2013, okay? Or 213, right? And interestingly enough, Elvis, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. TM is 2013. 2013. And he died in Memphis, Tennessee, which is the backwards, 1320. Same letters. And the letters T and M equals 33. 20 plus 13 is 33. 13 plus 20 is 33. Okay, he went from TM to MT because his tomb is empty. Elvis lives. You understand? The anagram of Elvis is lives, Levi's, or lives, like black lives, white lives. Even the day Elvis is born, him and his identical twin, it's 1/8, right? So if you did the military time, so look, military time is you use a 24-hour clock. So the first hour would be 1, then 8. That's 1/8, which is Elvis's birthday when the identical twin was born, 1/8. Then if you go around a second time, okay, so when you go around the second time, when it hits the 12, the next time the 1 comes around, it would be the 13th hour. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20th hour. So 2013 would be the 1/8, 8/1 again. You say it lands in the same spot, the military time. You see what I'm saying? It's 2013 again, which is what I just showed you here with the Antichrist, 2013. I mean, it's staring you right in the face, folks. And here's another strange coincidence. So Elvis is the day the identical twins were born. Elvis and his identical twin, they were born on 1/8, right, which is the 8th day of the year. And the 213, because remember I was showing you the 2013. If you take out the 0, 0 can be nothing. So 213, the 213th day is 8/1. You see that? I was just showing you how the 213, 2013 is connected. And look, if you go from if you go from Elvis's birthday to 8/1, it's 206 days. And what is the 206? That's the area code for SeaTac. You see? 206. And same for Seattle. Seattle's 206, just like SeaTac. And remember, the twin died. Elvis's identical twin was either sacrificed or supposedly died at birth. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying the 1/8, 8/1. It's kind of like a twin. And that's the Seattle area code. And you know, when the identical twins were born, January 8th, 1935, Elvis and Jesse, if you put it, you know, their dates, 1/8, Elvis was born, Jesse's born 1/8, it would make 216. And the 216th day of the year is August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. And if you say the dates backwards like they do in the UK, they put the day first, then the month second, 8/1/8/1, it would be 16/2. 162nd day of the year is June 11th, the day I'm telling you Seattle gets struck, or some kind of spectacular event happens in Seattle. Like I said, folks, if you think these are coincidences, you're just, I don't know what to tell you. Or how about this coincidence? Because, you know, I told you Elvis and his twin were identical. Identical twins equals 162, 216. 162nd day of the year is June 11th. 216th day of the year is August 4th. I guess it's just another coincidence. Like I said, I'm just putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. Just follow me. You know, I know you think that I'm going everywhere. I'm not. So Elvis had a motto, which he would just use the initials TCB. TCB stood for taking care of business, okay? And Elvis, he would even put it on his airplanes, the logo. And notice that the logo, the C is on the top. Look at this. It's a lightning because Elvis, you know, falls from like lightning because that's what happened to Lucifer. Elvis is the representation of Lucifer, adorned in jewels, and he had musical talent. You understand? Anyway, so TCB, taking care of business, but like I said, the C is on the top, and I'll explain why that is in a moment. And you know, he would put it on all his jewelry and everywhere. Like I said, it was on his airplanes. And look, it's the C is on the top, CTB. You know, and the reason that is because, see, look at this. You know the 322 Skull and Bones that the Bush is connected to, and Bush was part of 9/11. Look, C is the third letter. C is right here on the top. C, then 20, then 2. 322. 322, you see? Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. Okay? Or you could even make it, look, see the original letters is TCB. But imagine if you did TBC, it would be 2023. You see what I'm saying? Because next year is 2023, which is the 322 backwards. Anyway, you'll see why I'm showing you the TCB in a minute. Okay, but let me lay the groundwork. So Elvis, he was born in January, and the abbreviation for January is JAN. And JAN, this is what it equals, 25/7/56/20. The word C equals the exact same as JAN. And I told you Elvis is the B side of the C, and he's born in January. And January, Jan, is named after a god named Janus, which is like, he's like the protector of gates and doorways, like portals, and he's depicted with two faces. Like I said, Trump, Elvis, or twins. You understand what I'm saying? And in American zodiac, the Capricorn, which is the January, Elvis is born in that time period, is the sea goat. There's your Seattle, and there's your goat. I told you Elvis is the B side of the sea. He's the goat. He's the Kraken. He's the Phoenix rising. Okay? So here's something I've shown a long time ago. So remember, Janus is a Roman god, and I told you the letters EL means God. So if you were to put EL Janus, which means God, Janus, EL Janus, it equals 8219 10744, which equals the exact same as the word Seattle, 8219 10744. You see that? L Janus. Okay, and look, Seattle has the EL in it, right? And what is the anagram for Seattle? It's L state, God state. EL means God, God state. See, it equals the same as Seattle, because that's the anagram. Anyway, like I said, Elvis is the B side of the sea, and January is the sign of the Capricorn, and the symbol is the sea goat. All right, because Elvis is the B side of the sea in Seattle. So like I said, Elvis is the B side of the sea, and don't pay attention to this yet. Okay, so the word sea can be this type of sea where it's water, SEA, or it can be the word, like, with your vision, SEE, or it can be the letter C. Okay? And Elvis, he started all his concerts with the theme song to a 2001 Space Odyssey. And you know what happened in 2001 was the towers fell, right? The twin towers. And I told you Elvis had an identical twin that died. And he died way before the twin towers fell. So he used to come out to the 2001 Space Odyssey theme. And then the first song he would sing was CC Rider. CC 33. Okay, but I'm not sure if it's even spelled correctly, because I believe, because it's a remake, what he did, Elvis. I think the first one is called, whoever wrote it, look at CC Rider, Ma Rainey. I don't know why it makes me think of Mount Rainier, the volcano. And the Hawaii volcano just erupted, and Hawaii's Elvis's favorite destination, vacation destination. It's the 808 area code. And Elvis turned 88 this year, and Obama was supposedly born in Hawaii, and Obama's born on August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound. And while Obama was being conceived, Elvis was in Hawaii at the time. Anyway, so it can be CC Rider, like I said, you see? It can be SEA, it can be SEE, or it can just be the letter C. CC. Anyway, back to this. So like I said, it can be spelled three different ways, the CCC. Now, check this out. So the B side of the C, the SEA is the most important one right now. So SEA can be put into three different ways here. AES, EAS, just different types of spelling of the word C. But these are not words, right? But there's a reason why I'm showing you this. And this one is to emphasize the most right here, EAS, which is SAE backwards. But look, so the reason I'm showing you this, watch this. So you remember that Elvis's motto is taking care of business, TCB. All right. And I told you the C is the most important one because it was put at the very top, But anyway, forget about that. But look, if you were to change it, put the SEA, ASE, and they do everything forward and backwards. I told you they do everything, forwards and backwards. Look what happens if you say the word backwards. B. Oh, I messed up here. It's supposed to be BEAST. You see? It's the same letters as the word C. C becomes EAS, so it becomes the word beast, TCB. Beast.
It's just a beast in me. It's just a beast in me.
Like I said, Elvis is the beast out of the C. Anyway, like I was trying to show, the TCB is taking care of business. So the C in the middle, okay, it can be this C, the SEA. And if you move the letters around, EAS, you say it backwards, it's beast. BEAST. Anyway, let's move on. So I'm going to get to why I was showing you Elvis being the cat king in China, connecting to the Chinese zodiac. So Elvis, this is what Elvis equals, 67, 22, 68, 32. Elvis equals the exact same as the word Italy. And Italy was, I'm not going to even forget about, I was about to go into a whole, connections with that, but forget about that. So Elvis equals Italy, Elvis equals water, and Elvis equals reset. Elvis equals a twin. And if you have the name Julio or Tracy, that also equals Elvis. But, Elvis is the important thing here, and water and reset. Because God, when he flooded the earth with water, he reset, okay, during Noah, the time of Noah. And Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. Okay, the reset is coming. And remember, Elvis equals water, and the Chinese zodiac, a water year is a year that ends with the numbers 2 or 3. So it can only be a water year. Elvis equals water. Remember, a water year can only be if the year ends with a 2 or 3. Okay, so water tiger year in 2022, it started on February 1st. But see, here's the thing. Elvis, his birthday came before this. So, and it was a water tiger year. But Elvis's birthday came before it started. So really, Elvis's next birthday, which is his 88th birthday, comes during the water tiger, because it ends on 121, the water tiger year, and his birthday comes 1/8. So when he turns 88 next year in 2023, that's when he becomes the water tiger, the tiger man, okay? When he turns 88. And notice that the numbers 2 or 3, because the water tiger years are only when the years end with 2 and 3. But see, the 2023 has both the numbers. That's how important that is. 2 and 3. You see? And notice when it starts and when it ends, look at that, 322. So his birthday falls in between that, his 88th birthday, 2023. Turns 88. And I told you Elvis is the head of Skull and Bones. Look at that, 322 right there. You add that up. And the water year, like I said, Elvis equals water, and it has to end with 2 or 3, the numbers, for it to be a water year. And look at that. In I guess the Chinese, they call it yang water when it ends in a 2, and yin water, like the yin and the yang. Yin water, yang water. Do you get it? It's like the twin. You know, the yin and the yang is the twin, the 69. Get it? And if you added Elvis to the yin and yang, look what you get. This is what it equals in gematria. 162, 63, 162, 63, forward and backward. And you know, the 45 is super important. I don't want to get into that here, but if you know my videos, you know what I'm talking about. But look, June 11th is 162nd day of the year, and on leap year, it's 163rd. See, 162, 163, get it? And I told you the yin and the yang is like the 69, the twins in the womb. Do you get it? And the year Elvis died was the year of the snake. Because I told you Elvis is the snake. He's the serpent. He's the beast out of the sea. He's the kraken. He's the phoenix. He's the goat. So remember, my 2 predictions are going to happen next year. The Seattle event, June 11th, 2023, and Trump's head wound on August 4th, 2023, okay? And this is what kicks everything off, and then it takes a while for, for the Elvis connections to manifest. You understand? Because for Elvis to become the mark of the beast, it's going to take everyone's convincing, okay? That's why the next year, after these events happen in 2023, then you have 2024, which is the year of the dragon. You see that? The dragon. Do you get it? So remember earlier when I told you that what Elvis equals? Elvis, the only words that really of any significance is Italy, water, reset, a twin, and Julio or Julio or Tracy. Now, there's no Tracy that can be the Antichrist. There's no Julio or Julio that can be the Antichrist, okay? And that's why Elvis has to be the one, his name, okay? And the reason I'm showing you that is just to show you how important Elvis's name is, besides it equaling water and reset, which is super important. Because see, Elvis, because the birthdays are so important. You understand? Like a birth, being birthed, you're, becoming alive. So Elvis birthday, this is what it equals. 154.64 backwards is 197.80. It equals the exact same as Elvis Tiger Man. And I told you that he turns the Tiger Man when he turns 88 this year. 2023. All right. Right before Tiger year ends, he turns 88 in 2023. And it just so happens that Elvis Tiger Man or Elvis birthday equals the exact same as the Antichrist, you see? Now you tell me, no other name can be added here that's anyone famous, okay? No, not a person named Tracy or Julio. So, that's the only other names that equal Elvis. So Elvis plus birthday, no other name would work besides Elvis with birthday that would equal the Antichrist. You understand? All right? Go find somebody who's famous or of any significance that equals the Antichrist. You will not be able to find one except for Elvis. Elvis birthday. Elvis Tiger Man. The Antichrist. And there's the last thing I'm going to show you, because I told you how important the EL is, which means God, and birth. I told you how important that is. So if they birth L out of the sea in Seattle, okay, if they birth L, this is what it equals. Birth L equals the exact same as Lucifer. You see, Lucifer equals L birth L. Anyway, folks.
It's just a beast in me.
All right, folks. End of video.